una cosita, yo te doy lo que tú necesitas. Solo quiero que tú seas mía, quiero hacértelo. La luna yo te bajaré, mi corazón te lo daré. Conmigo vas a enloquecer, yo quiero estar contigo.
Hey, Speedy, welcome to the show for everyone. This is SPEEDy Sports on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. Makudi will bring you sports moments of your life, and I am Benny Kuji. All right, the international break is finally over. Players going back to their various clubs. Those that are injured are going back with injuries, and those that are scoring goals are going back to their clubs to continue the scoring. But for some countries that will not be going to the World Cup, I think it's a bitter pill to swallow right now. Nigeria is one of those countries. Another big casualty right now, not going to the World Cup is Italy. Italy will not be at the World Cup, and a lot of things are already happening in Italy as Gravina, the Italian football chief, has been forced to resign. The Italian FA president has been forced to resign. Yes, I think there's political pressure that he should resign. Remember, before now, General Gattuso, the Italian coach, also resigned, and that is how it's been in Italy. Though in Nigeria we haven't seen any resignation just yet, but the NFF still trying to set that team in order to prepare them for next competitions. A lot of competitions ahead. Lots of competition. There's still the AFCON coming up. Very, very soon. I'll use that word very, very soon. And the Super Eagles have been lined up to play some important friendlies, even as they won't be going to the World Cup, at least to put them in shape. The Super Eagles will play Poland and Portugal. All of those matches will be coming up in June this year. That will just be before the World Cup. While other people will be using us to train for the World Cup, I think we will just have the opportunity to take one or two friendlies so that at least we can put our boys together and also try new things. Okay, that is that club football. Today on the show, we have something very, very unique we want to discuss today. It's like there are rumors going on. Let me put it that way. Rumors have been, there's this rumor that has been going on that Pep Guardiola is on the verge of leaving Manchester City. Yes, that is the rumor. And his interview in the past, even talking with the management of Manchester City, he said May is when he's going to say if he's going to stay with Manchester City or he'll be leaving at the end of the season. And remember, his contract expires next year. And I want to hear on the show today, I want to ask you, would you want Pep Guardiola to stay in the Premiership, or you prefer Pep Guardiola to give way for someone else to take that City team? We know that City team. We know the investment there. We know the kind of players they have. But will you want Pep Guardiola to stay in the Premier League and make the Premier League even more competitive, or you prefer Pep Guardiola to leave? That is our question for the show today. But before all of that, let's bring you up to speed with the latest sport news around you and around the world. Team Nigeria's athletic squad is set for a crucial test when they compete at the Botswana National Trials from April 3rd to 5th. The Nigerians are hoping to boost their qualification tally for the upcoming World Athletics Relay 2026 at the Botswana meet. With attention on the Botswana national trials, some top officials of the Athletics Federation of Nigeria, AFN, are said to be bombarding sprinter Ashe Favour with calls begging him to return to Team Nigeria. Ashe, who is Nigeria's fastest sprinter in recent time, joined some other Nigerians in switching allegiance to Qatar, where they hope to advance their track and field career and also gain financially. Ashe is not just eligible to run. Ashe is not yet eligible to run for the Arab country until 2028, but has been competing regularly with athletics club during the waiting period. Some top AFN officials and other concerned Nigerians have been bombarding the athletes with midnight telephone calls promising to double his training grants, promising to give him some incentive he will not regret. The Botswana Athletics National Championship held at the National Stadium will double as the country's final selection trials for the relays, raising the stakes for home athletes. Nigeria's under 18 and under 20 men's handball team have stepped up preparation for the 2026 IHF Trophy Africa Zone 3 tournament scheduled to take place in Lomé, Togo from April 7th to 11th. The International Handball Federation has fixed April 6th as the official arrival date for participating teams, with departure slated for April 12th. As Nigeria's squad intensify final preparations in camp, both teams have spent several days training, focusing on building cohesion and refining technical system and improving match fitness ahead of the zonal competition. The IHF Trophy remains a crucial development part for emerging players, offering international exposure and competitive experience, with winners at the continental stage earning financial backing to compete at the intercontinental phase. Ultimately, teams that progress through the competition will qualify for the World Championship in their respective categories, raising the stakes for Nigeria's youth side as they aim to secure progression from the zone stage. With preparation already at an advanced stage, expectations are high, with both teams expectations are high that both teams will deliver strong performances in Lomé as they seek to advance further in the global handball pathway. And back to our topic of discussion. 10 years, 6 Premier League titles, a treble that rewrote the history books, and now the question that has every blue moon in Manchester holding its breath: is this the final end of the Pep Guardiola's era? We are currently in April 2026. The blooms are out. The title race is at fever pitch, and yet the shadow of June 2027, the official end of Pep's contract, seemed to be creeping forward to this summer. To get you ready for the phones, here is what we are talking about today. Technically, Pep is tied to the Etihad until the end of next season, that is 2027. But the whispers out of the Etihad and reportedly heavily in French press this week suggest the changing of guards has already begun, with Hugo Viana now firmly in the sporting director's seat following Siki Bakiristan's exit. The structural DNA of the club is shifting. Is Pep the last piece of the old bridge to cross? The name on everyone's lip, Enzo Maresca. After his stint at Chelsea, reports are flying that Chelsea executives are already touched base with the former Pep's protege to ensure a tactical continuity. Guardiola himself has been tightly reportedly telling the board he will decide his future in May based on how his body feels and whether this squad still has that spark after a decade of his intense demand. We've just seen City lift the Carabao Cup against Arsenal. They are hunting a domestic double. If he delivers it, is there any better way to say goodbye? We want to hear from you. Does Pep owe the club? Does Pep owe it to the club to see out his final year of his contract until 2027? If Maresca plans is ready, is it better to shake hands now while the stock is high? Are you licking your lips at the prospect of a Premier League without the technical mastermind like Pep Guardiola? Excuse me. That is our question today. Would you want Pep Guardiola to continue as a Manchester City coach till maybe the end of the season and even further than that, or you feel it's better for him to actually leave right now? The numbers to call is 0808 427 5464. I'll take the number again, 0808 427 5464. You can also be part of the show when you comment on our Facebook. The Facebook handle is Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM Makudi. When you comment, I'll be here to read your comments live. Pep Guardiola on the show today. We want to hear from you. Is it time for Pep Guardiola to pack his bag and baggages, let's use it that way, and leave Manchester City? Or you think Pep Guardiola should stay till the end of his contract and possibly even beyond that? Remember, there are also rumors that Man City are also talking to Enzo Maresca about, if you know, it is no longer news. We all know that Enzo Maresca was trained or in coaching by Pep Guardiola. So Manchester City actually looking at that one. Okay, we have a caller. Hello.
Hello. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is John Cho, calling from Yelwater.
Okay.
Why is the topic of today?
Okay. The question of the day we are asking, would you want to see Guardiola leave at the end of the season? Or do you think Guardiola will leave Manchester City at the end of the season? Or would you want Guardiola to honor his contract to the end of the season and even beyond that? Is it good for Guardiola to leave right now?
Yes, it is good for Guardiola to leave this quiet time, because Guardiola has done a lot in Manchester City. I wouldn't want him to do in a situation where he may lose his respect. You understand? He has gotten the respect for a long, quiet time. It's for him now to find a better coach to represent him there.
So would you say Enzo Maresca would be a better coach to replace Guardiola?
Enzo Maresca is a very good coach. Yes. He appointed a coach that I even expect him to be in Manchester City.
Okay.
Manchester City is a very good coach like a Guardiola, because if you don't provide a good coach there, all the players will be running away from him. You understand?
Yes.
So my contribution is that Guardiola has appointed a right coach now. Let him come, and Guardiola should rest. He needs a rest.
All right. Thanks for that one. Guardiola should rest, and that is what Guardiola is actually saying, that there's this fatigue and he just want to retire and rest. Hello.
Hello, Ben. Good evening.
Good evening and welcome to the show.
Yes, I'm speaking with Tina from North Bank.
Okay, Tina, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Tina, is it high time for Guardiola to actually take a break and leave Manchester City when the ovation is high, or you think he should continue?
Pep Guardiola leaving Man City. For me, I would say is a good. Let me say, is a welcome development for him to leave. At now that the relevance is still there. Looking at it's not the first coach that have left the club. Even when look at Real Madrid, when Zidane left Real Madrid, he won the Champions League 3 consecutive times, but he still left Real Madrid. Not because he wasn't performing well, but he knew that he was beginning to lose his relevance in the club. So the club did the same thing. And looking at Pep Guardiola last season, he really struggled. Like you could see that really the tactics and everything wasn't just favoring him at that particular time and all that.
Yes.
So now that it's now picking up, for me, I would just want him to leave at the end of the season. If probably he wants to coach elsewhere, maybe let him just try it elsewhere, because he has won virtually everything.
So where will Guardiola go again? Except he's going to be Italy, because he has been in Spain, in Germany, in England.
Yes. But what I'm saying is he has won
almost everything
at Man City. So living in the club is not living as a failure. It's living as someone that has been successful in the club for so many years.
So now let me ask you. There is this saying that the board are actually thinking of 2 people to replace Guardiola, Enzo Maresca and Vincent Kompany. Within the 2, whom will you pick?
At Man City, bringing in a Maresca, for me, I don't even see him fitting into the club's philosophy.
But he was a former assistant to Pep Guardiola.
Being an assistant doesn't mean that he will step up to expectation. If it is like that, Mikel Arteta could have won so many trophies at Arsenal because he was once an assistant coach who worked under Pep Guardiola, who knew every tactics and all that. So for me, I don't see that as him being successful in the club.
Okay.
Man City they're just building back to the form they lost last season. And I wouldn't see a Maresca coming in to aid them to get to that form which they have been in so many years.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks for that one. So you're going with Vincent Kompany.
Based on what he have done, for me, I would prefer him.
All right. Thanks for that one. Okay, Tina is saying that Enzo Maresca may not just be the perfect fit for City if they are letting go of Guardiola. Hello?
Good evening, Benny.
Good evening and welcome to the show.
Yes. Ugondoemos, I'm calling from Tabongida again.
Okay, Ugondoemos, talk to us. Do you think that Guardiola should leave when the ovation is very, very high?
In fact, when Guardiola came to the Premier League, he made the league to be very competitive. He has also set some records at Man City that no coach has done that. So it's high time he should live with this glory.
So if Pep Guardiola is leaving the Premier League, how competitive will the Premier League? How will it be competitive again? We'll have coaches like Mikel Arteta, or with all respect to Mikel Arteta and Liam Rossini, Aaron Slot, and will it be that competitive again?
No, it will not be competitive as when he was, because now that he's in the Premier League, any coach that is going to meet with him, he prepares very well so that he will get something out from him, because they know he's a quality coach with all the credentials. So playing against him, at times some of these coaches gain some experience from him. So the league will not be competitive as when he leaves. But I suggest he should leave and take a position, let's say in France or Italy, because he has done that in Spain, in Germany, and he has done it in England.
Okay,
so
now just one last question before I let you go. Just one question before I let you go. There's rumor that it's Man City is thinking about either Enzo Maresca or Vincent Kompany.
He will not suit that position. Enzo Maresca will can. In fact, any coach that comes after Guardiola will meet a lot of challenges. Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. What the last caller is saying, that any coach that will definitely come is going to meet a lot of challenge, because Pep Guardiola is just Pep Guardiola. You cannot fit into his style. Hello. Hello.
Uncle Benny Kuji.
Good evening and welcome to the show.
I'm Oliver Ngikia, better known as Busy Brain, the king of sports. Wishing you live and direct in Abenga lady.
Okay, Busy Brain, hit us up.
Yes, and Coach Guardiola, which I respect so much. I think that young man will just easily leave England at this moment. Yes, because he like praises. So England now is the only is the only league that people are watching out for. So Guardiola needs, or he always want a place for what he will do, and then people will be praising him. So I don't think because of money or because of whatever, then Guardiola will just leave.
But
even in England, Manchester City, they are giving him a huge amount of money, so I don't think he will just leave.
But his contract expires next year.
Manchester City, they will also extend the contract.
Okay.
Yes, definitely. I know that will happen. They will still extend his contract.
Okay. Let's see as
he's a good coach and he's always doing well. So I don't think just Manchester City will just allow him to go.
Okay.
Now.
Let's say, just should in case Pep Guardiola decides to leave, who among these two candidates do you think can fit into and manage that team as that team that Guardiola has built over the years? Enzo Maresca, Vincent Kompany.
Without you calling, I would have take Vincent Kompany because Kompany played for the team, so he know what it takes to place in Manchester City or to handle a team like Manchester City. So if Manchester City, they will be looking forward to bring their former captain, their former.
Okay, I think the network has gone so bad there. Okay, Busy Brain is saying that Pep Guardiola may just end up going nowhere because the Abu Dhabi investment may not want him to leave. They always want the best for Man City. They may not just allow him to go. But Pep Guardiola is saying that the fatigue, that pressure of coaching a big side as Manchester City, that pressure is actually getting at him. And he is 55 years and he has made several attempts or a lot of maybe side talks that he will definitely want to go for a sabbatical and rest a little, because that Champions League and when Man City is gunning for the season, they are gunning on all trophies. They want to win everything. But that is what Pep Guardiola is saying. And also, he said he was going to talk about this at the end of last month. I think the month has already ended, and we'll be we'll be waiting to hear from him. I think let's see. This is the much we can take on that segment of the show. There are no live matches to give today because most players are already going back to their clubs to resume club football within the week. But for yesterday's international friendlies, okay, let's see. Yesterday international friendlies, the US played against Portugal. US, the host of the World Cup, one of the hosts of the World Cup, they were defeated by Portugal 2-0. Nigeria is going to face Portugal, so we will see how that one will go in a friendly. And then Argentina versus Zambia. Argentina trashed Zambia 5-0. Canada against Tunisia. They all played goalless draw. Brazil defeated Croatia 3-1, and Mexico played a 1-1 draw with Belgium. Tomorrow also there are no matches except in the Ligue 1. In the Ligue 1, PSG will be taking on Toulouse. In Spanish La Liga, Rayo Vallecano will take on Elche. Those are the big games for tomorrow. Okay, I think this is where we'll try to call the show a day. But for me, on the Pep Guardiola and he's actually leaving the Premier League. I think if Pep Guardiola eventually leaves the Premier League, it's going to be a big blow to the Premier League. I don't see those big names, big coaches. Respect to all the coaches that are there, but those big coaches that you want to hear about them in the Premier League, I think they are finally going. Remember when Mourinho came to Premier League, there's this vibe, there's this media that he brought to the Premier League and stuff like that. We may not be seeing it, but there are still coaches there that can come up and do something special. Okay, that is the best and the most we can take on the show on SPEEDy Sports on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. God bless your heart. Keep enjoying the best music on the planet. See you tomorrow. Bye.
This is
Asking Radio 98.5 FM.
Oye, déjame curarte este mal de amores. Me duele verte llorar. Oye, él te trata mal, yo te traigo flores. Dame una oportunidad. Él te jura un falso amor, es un abusador. Juega con tu corazón, sabes decir que no. La ilusión, el tiempo ni la razón. Oye, déjame curarte este mal de amores. Me duele verte llorar. Oye, él te trata mal, yo te traigo flores. Dame una oportunidad. Tu cuerpo y el mío juntitos bailando. Felices gozando, vas moviendo la cintura, sube la temperatura, yo te regalo mi universo, ya no lo pienses más. Oye, déjame curarte este mal de amores, me duele verte llorar. Oye.
As King Radio 98.5 Speed.